If this is your first cycle, I've been here many, many times. If you think prices can't get any lower, then this is it. This might be your first or your second, but it never gets easy. So without further ado, let's begin. In this section of the show, I'm going to speak about the different sentiment that's going on in the crypto space. Need to find a new answer when people ask me what I do for work. And he continues, gets worse. Bitcoin is in a bear market now. What if this is a new bear market? ETH to 10K was one of the dumbest things I've wrote this year. And he continues, we have another person, BTC is heavy, I'm gunning for sub 50K this weekend. I took a cheeky short, pray for my soul, for I am a degen. Zero inflows, no meaningful adoption, supply overhang. Don't see a way of this turning around without some rinse to the lows and half of the VCs and shitcoiners going broke. We have another tweet, Bitcoin brutal sell-off impending. Keep it simple. We have this parallel channel, and as you can see here, he's predicting that we're going to head to 25,000 US dollars. We're going to bounce here and then we're going straight to zero. That's basically summing up what's happening in the sentiment in socials. Everyone is uber bearish. Thankfully, we've been making a lot of shorts. Head over to our private members and there you'll find our pricing plan. You won't regret it. We're definitely making a lot of gains. We're shorting the market currently. This right here is not realistic at all in any shape or form. People are very emotional and that's how you get caught out. As you can see, he's predicting that we're heading to 25,000 in the near future. And then after that, we're going to make a bounce and then head to zero. Highly unrealistic. But we're going to go through some data and we're going to see which kind of data is actually accurate. In the very beginning, when it was my first very cycle, I believed stuff like this because I thought they knew what they were talking about, but they don't. None of these people know what they're talking about. Some of them are just farming, engagement farming, and just misleading people. 90% of the chart looks like this. Why? We are officially PvPing, player versus playing. It's the same money being washed and rotated. There is no one left to buy the dip. You just let coins die and run to the next shiny coin. We are all complicit, and this is the state of the market right now. He is true. A lot of coins have shown patterns like this. He is accurate in this, and to be fair, a lot of folks just move on to another coin, to another coin, and to another coin, a new shiny coin. No one really believes or holds any of these coins for some reason. So this is definitely an accurate description of the market. We have another tweet right here, and this guy is incessantly saying that we're in a bull flag. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not a bull flag. This is not a bull flag. Do not believe this on socials when they show you this stupid chart of a bull flag. This is not a bull flag. This is the main event. This has a lot of views, a hell of a lot of views. So we're going to go through this and we're going to see if this is true or false. This, ladies and gentlemen, is definitely one to watch. On the left, we have the chart pattern of the S&P 500 in 2008. And on the right, we have a chart pattern of the S&P 500 in 2004. And as you can see here, he's projected the rate cuts. So for some reason, he's just projected it. We don't know how many rate cuts we're going to have, but that's the one mistake he's already done. So he's already projected the same kind of rate cuts as in 2008. That's number one. Okay, so let's see what he's tweeted. 2007, Fed rates were 5.25% at the beginning of the first rate cut. Between September 2007 and April 30th, 2008, the Fed rate cuts 7 times, taking the rate down to 2%. In 2024, Fed rates are 5.25 to 5.5%. Rate cuts should begin in September. Current probabilities show 9 potential cuts lasting till September the 17th, 2025, taking the rate down to 3.25%. Most probably. I want to show you something really quick. So we're going to go to the probabilities. This changes on a dime every single second. Every day, every minute changes on a dime. If you were to ever trade any of this, you'll be bankrupt. Zero. Gone. Overlaying it into the chart in 2024 is nonsense. Nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. Let's do a history lesson. 2008 was a massive crash, once in a lifetime situation. Now 2024, we have growing GDP, we have a growing economy, and also unemployment actually went down on Friday. Actually went down. It was forecasted 4.3% and it went down to 4.2%. Everyone and their dog and their hamster was saying it's going to go up to a non-linear fashion. It didn't happen. We had our results and the results were in. It was at 4.2%. It actually went down. Okay. And it doesn't stop. This individual keeps spewing different charts and he's just obsessed about a recession. And the more people talk about recession, the more unlikely it's going to happen, by the way. It's just... Recessions normally happen when people don't really expect it. And tops normally happen when people do not really expect it. So this is 2008 and we have a recession, the first rate cuts. So he's probably predicting, he is insinuating that the first rate cut is going to be a recession. So we have the 1970s and the 1980s, it went down 20%. 1981, it's gone down 24%. 2020, we were there, we were all there. We saw that brutal sell-off. It went down 27%. And then we have the very iconic .com era and we went down 40%. And then in 2007, we went down 56%. All of these are highly unlikely. I'll tell you why. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the real personal income. This is people's actual personal income compared to tax. So they are being taxed even more and income is going up higher and higher. Not only that, GDP is continuing to go up into the right. It's not stopping. We're up massively at the moment. Not only that, I'm going to show you the tax return. A lot of people do not speak about this. A lot of folks do not speak about this. Personal income tax in America has gone up 30%. From 2023 to 2024, it's gone up. From 2024 to 2025, it's projected to increase. Still no relaxation in income tax. People are making more money. Therefore, income tax has gone up. It's gone up by 9%. Income tax has gone up by 9%. And you're telling me we're in a recession or we're heading into a recession? No. You're telling me unemployment's increasing. It hasn't happened yet. Here is a better illustration, and this is the real personal income. People's income has increased. Therefore, tax has also increased. As you can see right here, it's gone up by 19.46 trillion. Okay, I'm going to give you a better example. Remember COVID. Remember the pandemic. Okay, so we went up all the way to 22.91 trillion of income. People's income went up massively. Do you remember? Everyone got furloughed. Everyone got a stimulus. Everyone got free money. The printer was running rampant. People were paid to stay at home, to do remote work and just collect checks every single month. I'm going to make it better for you and I'm going to overlay BTC for you. I've overlaid the real personal income with BTC. What do you notice? What do you notice? There is a correlation. People's income increased. As people's income increased, what happened next? BTC's price also increased. As people's income decreased, very simple, what happened to the price of BTC? BTC also decreased. Simple as that. Okay, let's look at this chart. September is the worst month on average for stocks and crypto. Bitcoin has seen 11 Septembers, 8 have been red, 3 have been green. September data shows this. Best is 6%, medium is -5%, and the worst is -19%. Here is the monthly of BTC. We've already from wick, and it's been just 7 days, the first week, we've already gone down from wick to wick 12%. In worst case scenario, let's say it goes down 19%. That will take us to 48,000, maybe 49,000 in a worst case scenario. What happens after that in October, on November and December? What happens? It's a green monthly candles after that. Now, history doesn't repeat, but it often does rhyme. So probability wise, we should see a turnaround in October. So all of this doom and gloom doesn't make sense. People are overly bearish because they've lost a lot of money. Sorry, boohoo. But this race is not over. This is a marathon. This individual is just really emotional because he lost a lot of money. So did I. This individual right here, he's really emotional because he's lost a lot of money. That's all it is. This same goes to this individual, same goes to this individual, same goes to this individual. They've all lost a lot of money, and then they're being very emotional. They're trying to get that money back, but most likely we're probably going to see a bounce soon. Ethereum's foundation main wallet down to about $650 million US, top official says. As recent as March 2022, when the price of Ethereum's native cryptocurrency ETH, the foundation's treasury held about 1.3 billion of Ethereum. Justin Drake, a prominent researcher of the Ethereum Foundation, wrote during a typed Ask Me Anything on Ethereum subreddit during the handle that Ethereum spends roughly 100 million per year and currently has roughly a 10-year runway, depending on the price of Ethereum. A Redditor followed up asking if there was a sustainability plan in place in the event that the Ethereum Foundation runs out of funds. He replied saying, "I'm not aware of any plan for sustainability." And finally, we have Telegram. The CEO says, noting it's becoming easier for criminals to abuse our platform. Telegram is compromised. It's compromised. It is compromised. It's over. It's over. All the messages, everything, there's a backdoor now. That's my honest opinion. It's over. He's capitulated, and most likely he's given information, your data, to the government. He's capitulated, in my honest opinion. It's happened to Binance as well. Let me show you with Binance.
Binance has literally been handing over information on every Palestinian with a positive balance to the IDF. No appeals, nothing. Contact the IDF. The IDF says, hey, can't help you. I don't know how much has been stolen, but there were 500 names on the list that I got, and most of the people on that list are dead. They were killed. A Palestinian in Gaza reached out to me and wanted to be anonymous and told me the story of his friend Ahmed, who had over $100,000 in his Binance account. He got that letter, and then he got a bullet, or maybe it was a bomb, but he was killed. Targeted assassinations. It's murder, literally targeted murder. For those of you that think this is hard to believe, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for a situation where the IDF begins, I don't know, bombing children, blowing up ambulances, killing journalists, raping prisoners, and bragging about it on television? Well, guess what? That's been happening for the past 300 plus days. Anyone with two brain cells to rub together understands what is happening. Binance is not just complicit, they are directly involved in murder. How could this be? CZ wouldn't allow this, and he definitely wouldn't. But guess what? CZ's not in control anymore. CZ's not even allowed to talk about crypto or tokens anymore. That was part of his deal with the DOJ, and another part of the deal was his compliance had to come from America. There is an American compliance team literally controlling the company. They do whatever Israel wants. They don't have to send a subpoena. They don't have to have a warrant. They get literally a backdoor to everything. And the IDF literally is harvesting all the information, not just the Palestinians, but Syrians too, Lebanese, Saudi Arabians, and even people from Turkey. There is no limit to how far they will go. If you get on Binance and you KYC with them, your information now belongs to the IDF. And they will do with it whatever they will. Anyone with two brain cells to rub together and basic understanding of logic understands this is true. And if you're looking for some place to take your money, one, you either take it to self-custody, there's only that you can trust, not your coins, not your keys, or you come to no one's, who has a CEO that has spoken out about this inhumane genocide from day one, and will stand against these monsters and the guy that exposed the story. Your money is no one's business. This is why I came out of retirement, to do this right. I love you guys. Stay strong.
Binance is under scrutiny for seizing Palestinian crypto funds. Binance denied reports suggesting that the crypto exchange seized funds from all Palestinians, stating that only a small number of accounts were restricted. Binance denies blocking the funds of all Palestinians. According to the communication from Binance, the cryptocurrency trading platform has only restricted certain Palestinian accounts that are allegedly involved in illicit activities. Bitcoin price targets currently at $54,530. We're up slightly by 1%. It hit my target. I did say that we're going to hit this area at $54,000 US. On the 18th of September, we're going to get the Fed cut. Most likely, we're going to head to this area and we're going to go to this area. Hopefully, it's going to be priced in. However, we might see a small bounce. My next target for BTC is at $52,629 and then to this area of $50,000 US. I think we're going to head to this area, and once we get the Fed cut, we're going to have a brief rally, a brief moment of relief, and then we're going to head back down. The bleeding hasn't stopped for BTC and it's not going to stop anytime soon. My medium term, as you may or may not know already, is this trend line, and then we're heading to this area of 43,000 to 41,000 US dollars. Ethereum price targets currently at $2,289.35. We're up slightly by 2.84%. It's the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and weekends are normally not valid. Weekends are normally, it's a fake pump. So it's a fake to the upside and fake to the downside because there's no real players, real liquidity. Everyone's on a weekend, and normally big money is just enjoying their weekend. So any price action during the weekend is not really valid. It doesn't really determine the direction of a coin. We're hitting my resistance right here, and I think ultimately we're going to head back down to this area of $2,118. Thereafter, we're going to get to this area of 2,000 US dollars. Ethereum doesn't look good at all. It's really underperforming, but to be honest, normally what happens during an ETF launch is normally buy the rumor, sell the news event. But because we were spoiled with BTC, it wasn't the case. 90% of the time when we have an ETF news, we normally get buy the rumor, sell the news event. However, in this occasion, it was the opposite. There's a 10% chance that ETF news plays out like this. A lot of us were spoiled, and we thought, including myself, we thought that the ETF news for Ethereum would be very bullish. However, it wasn't the case. It was a sell the news event. BTC showed the opposite sign. It was buy the rumor, buy the fact. Solana price targets currently at $127.45. We're up 1.94%. As you can see here, we're just very close of breaking this neckline. Once we break this neckline, you know my target. We're heading to $110, and then after that to $100, and then shortly after we're hitting this area. This has the most confluence and is between $72 and $81. Right here is my next medium to long-term target. However, if that doesn't hold, then of course we're heading to $60. I have my limit orders at this area at $61. If you think your altcoin can't drop any lower, you will be very mistaken. Altcoins can drop 50%, 60%. Already, Solana has dropped from here, from the peak, the local top to here. It's already dropped 43%. Altcoins can easily drop 60%, 70%, 80%. Look at this example. JoyStream. JoyStream has, from the very peak, from 6 cents all the way to 0. For a fraction of a penny, it's now down 91%. A lot of folks thought that this was the bottom. This wasn't the bottom. It dropped 72%. Then again, a lot of folks believed that this was the bottom. That wasn't the bottom. And then again, they thought that this was the bottom. That isn't the bottom. You can keep thinking You can keep believing that that's the bottom, but you will be very, very, very mistaken. We can still drop another 50, 60, 70, 70%. We can still drop another 60%. And the altcoin can still be down 98%. Look, ADA price targets currently at 32 cents and we're up 3.18%. We're hitting this trend line right here, forming it as support. If it doesn't, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to head to 25 cents. And if that doesn't hold, then of course we're heading to this area and this confluence around 17 cents, 15 cents, around this area. Blur price targets currently at 16 cents and we formed a lower low. We formed lower highs after lower highs after continued lower highs. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, we've made a new lower low just right here. Blur is going to continue to head downwards to this area of 10 cents. We've already gone down a whopping, I won't include that wick, but I'll just include the candle to candle. We've already gone down 91%, 90%. Mantle price targets currently at 54 cents and we're down from candle to candle. We're down 64%. It looks like we're going to probably head to 38 cents. It looks like we're just going to do a full circle all over again. DOT price targets currently at $4 and it's up 2.73%. As you can see here, we're about to break support. We're going to break this support and like I said, price discovery to the downside. This hasn't been at this. It hasn't been at these prices ever. So this is a very, very bad sign for Polkadot. If you're willing to catch a falling knife, then be my guest. But for you, I would advise just sit on your hands while all of this mess clears up. We're going to get a recessionary fear. We're going to get a recessionary fear moment. And that's going to cause the stock market to go head downwards. And of course, it's going to have a cascading effect. It's going to have a cascading effect on the DXY, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the Nikkei. All of these markets are heading downwards at the moment because of the cash and carry trade. And altcoins are definitely going to suffer. Retail at the moment doesn't have any money. So why would altcoins go up now? Why would they head up now? This is not the best time to buy alts at this moment. Just sit on your hands, wait, and you're being paid to hold on to stable coins. This is a moment to be defensive. This is a moment where you're getting paid to be patient. The time will reverse, things will reverse and get much, much better. How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can Link price targets currently at $10 and we're up 5.02%. We're gonna head to this area on my bear market channel. We're gonna head to this area and we're probably gonna continue to consolidate. This, ladies and gentlemen, looks like it's gonna continue to consolidate. Matic, unfortunately, could not get to this area and now we're just heading down. We had a massive, brutal rejection from here to there. Was a 40% rejection. Brutal. Now we're heading to my target at 25 cents and then after that it's going to be thin air. Well, I don't want to say it. It's going to be brutal. It needs to hold this channel. It needs to. That's the last line of defense at 25 cents. If it doesn't, it's going to get ugly. You see that? You see that purple line? You see? It's going to get ugly. Mid-layer price targets currently at 13 cents and we're up a whopping 22.45%. Mid-layer is surprisingly putting on a fight. Surprisingly. So it looks like we're forming a inverse head and shoulders. So we have the left here, we might make a right shoulder, and then we have a head right here. If we break this neckline, ladies and gentlemen, from here to there, if we break that neckline, then we could possibly see prices to get to right here. Let me show you. Sorry about my illustration. This is just, I just saw it right now. So we're gonna we're probably going to see, if it breaks the neckline, then we could probably see prices to 51 cents. It looks like we might be forming a bottoming pattern. However, if this fails, then we're just going to continue to follow the trend. Remember, the trend is your friend. We're down right now from the wick to the trough 92%. We could drop even further, 96. We could drop even further. So we could drop another 60%, another 70%, and still be down from the peak to the trough. Could still be down 96%. It's important that we break this neckline, then we can head up higher. Fortunately, the first attempt, we didn't break above the 200-day moving average. Now we're trying to do it again. If it holds on a weekly candle above the 200-day moving average, then that's going to be very, very bullish. If it doesn't, then again, it's going to be another rejection, and then we're going to head back down further. My honest opinion, I just believe that this right here is another scam wick just to get participants to buy back in and then force the price to go lower. That's it for now. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification button. If you like this, check out my other stuff up here. Peace. Get ready. We're about to see the main event.